Hi everyone, welcome to Kats Creations live on Friday night, where tonight we are starting our fall for 2021. So if you're ready to move into fall and you're pretty much done with all of your Halloween stuff, then I welcome you to join us tonight. We are using this sign, which is a 12-inch round. It's fall, what is it? Fall for Jesus.
Fall for Jesus.
He never leaves. So this came courtesy of Jane's Front Door Decor. You can find her on her own website and on her Etsy shop. I believe she has her website up and running. Wow. And then what else are we doing? Housekeeping. So if you're new, welcome. We'd like to welcome you. Let us know where you're from so that we could hopefully get you connected with a crafting buddy through Facebook Live. If you like this design and you want to put something together once you have all of your materials together, then go ahead and click the share button below. Shares it to your Facebook page, which is so much easier to find than trying to find it on mine. If you are on YouTube and catching this is from Friday. I always do that. July 30th of the year 2021. So if you want to participate in an actual Facebook Live, they're every Friday at 5 Pacific, 7 Central, and 8 Eastern. And then on Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern time. So let's see. We did the shares, we did the YouTubers, we did the new. If you want to be notified when we go live, make sure that you click the like and share button to this page. That way, when we go live, you should be notified as long as you've turned your notifications on, which are easy to do. Tap on the video, upper right-hand corner, 3 dots. Click on the dots, opens a sub menu. Make sure your turn live notifications is on, and then we're ready to go. Where are we? Good?
Yeah, welcome. Karen Meadow said, hi y'all from Idaho where it's 111.
What?
Wow.
In Idaho?
Yeah.
How's that possible? That just seems crazy to me.
Well, I hope your inside is, in your home is air conditioned.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to finish wiring up this 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I know it's been a while since we went back to the Dollar Tree frames. We've been doing work frames for a couple weeks now. So super simple. I've done the first 5 sections, so we're going to do the last one together. You are going to take a pipe cleaner and using your weld marks as your guidelines, you're going to take your pipe cleaner, put it in between the 2 innermost rings, wire those together, and then you're going to do the same with the outer 2 rings using your guide and the one that you just established here, and try to find a midway point for that, just like this, and then the same on the opposite side. So we're going to do this one here. So this gives you 12 on the outside, 6 on the inside, for a grand total of 18. Now the Deco mesh that we're using tonight, I found at Joann's on clearance last year for their fall. So a lot of people say, well, how do you find great deals on craft supplies? Easy, you buy them at the end of the season. So that's when you get them for like 75, 80% off, sometimes more. And you just toss them in your bin for the following season. When that season's ready and you're ready to start making your crafts, you just pull from that inventory and you're already a step ahead. So the Deco mesh that we're using tonight came from Joann's. And so it's a dark brown, a gold, and rust color with bands of gold in between. We are doing the Cruffle method, which means that we are going to roll up the ends that are cut 25 inches. So we're going to roll the ends up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use a chip clip just to hold that ruffle in place or curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to scrunch the rest of it towards you, and we're putting it curl side up, just like this. And we're going to be adding these all the way around the entire wreath form. So super simple. Love this color mesh. For some reason, I had the hindsight to get 2 rolls, which made this design perfect. especially with the colors on the sign. It just seems like it was made for that purpose.
Yeah, it says we're in a valley on the Washington border, one in Idaho. Still like better than 95% humidity.
Wow.
Or we had in Louisiana.
That is just crazy.
Hi Audrey, and she said that love that match, it's beautiful.
Isn't that really pretty? I love it. Love those colors.
Vicky said, how can I get the sign? I just said it's from Jane's Front Door Decor.
Yeah, Jane's Front Door Decor. She has a shop on Etsy. Also, I think on her Facebook page, I think there's a link on how to get to her own website. That I don't know if she's got it up and running yet, but I believe so. So I am just putting these in wherever the very next pipe cleaner is. So I'm just kind of taking my time and doing that. I'm actually going to go in and remove the inner ones because with that sign, I'm not going to be able to use the inside pipe cleaners. So our sign's going to take up that much real estate. Hi everyone for joining. Thanks for coming in. Let us know where you're from. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I find that sometimes curls can be difficult, but if you have great quality mesh, that makes all the difference in the world. And to get it going, just fold it, like fold the first part and then roll the rest.
So the 10-inch brown and gold and rust mesh was from Joann's.
Last year. So
yeah, Lisa.
I don't know if this is going to resurface this year. So you may, like, I would start checking Joann's now because sometimes they put in or pull out whatever they had left over last year and might possibly put it on sale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tip, clip, and turn. Hi Vera, welcome from Seattle. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna pull this in. Can't wait to see how this is gonna come out in the end. Feels like it's been so long since I've done a method other than a poof. For the last couple, 2 or 3 weeks, we've just done poofs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're hoping to do a grapevine on Sunday with some different fall colors. Hi Judy from Atlanta. Stormy, aren't these colors gorgeous? I wasn't sure what I was saving this mesh for. I wasn't like, maybe for that sign. Because Jane just came out with that sign this year. So I'm loving, just reminds me of different colors of chocolate almost. Like a dark chocolate, a milk chocolate. Although I don't know what the rust would be. 1, 2, 4, 5. Hi Kathleen from Nebraska, welcome. 1, 2.
Chelsea says she's hi from Tennessee.
We've been looking at Tennessee.
Chelsea, love your work. North Carolina, we got a lot of stuff covered here.
Pam, so yes, there are a grand total of 18 pipe cleaners total. There's 12 on the outside and 6 on the inside that make that total of 18.
See, now I can't see that comment.
That was a way back up.
Right.
Yeah, I just caught it as it's filtering through mine. Hi Joanne from Mississippi.
And I also hello from Indiana. I got my trick or treat sign. Excited to make the candy corn spiral wreath. Love watching your tutorials and your beautiful work.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your awesome talent.
Can't wait to see what you think about making the spiral wreath because those are going to be fun. Just so many different options. especially as you start to come into Christmas with peppermint candies, you know, the red, white, and green, or just red and white. It definitely opens up more possibilities for you.
Yeah, Pam, she's going to cut out the pipe cleaners once she finishes the inside 6.
I'm doing them as I go.
Yeah, she's doing that as she goes.
Yeah, because the size of the sign is 12 inches, so it's pretty much going to impact that whole, the 6 on the inside. So I'm not worried about those. It's kind of like what we've done in the past. When we're doing a fairly large sign, we'll just remove the 6 on the inside.
Kathleen, the pieces are cut to 25 inches.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully this will be very fall-esque, right? Oop, that's not gonna work. Even though that's not even a hard roll from the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I give it an extra. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna pull. Just like so. Give it a couple different looks. So using the Cruffle gives you the look of a ruffle and a curl together. So I'm about halfway through. So they're very full.
This weekend you said that's the Wreath Makers Convention, huh? Wreath Makers Live.
Wreath Makers Live, I believe, is going on this weekend. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I had somebody ask me, they're like, are you there? I was like, no. And they're like, I swear you're sitting in the front row. I'm like, no, sitting at home. So apparently I have a twin out there somewhere. You just never know.
Kathleen, that's the 10-inch mesh.
Yeah, we decided to break up the 21-inch party that'd been going on for pretty much the whole month of July. So we went back to 10. Although we've been doing 10 and 25-inch, so 1, 2. It's time to just grab stuff that I've had. And I'm organizing supplies this weekend. Just sorting through things that I've picked up here and there, like Hobby Lobby or just random places as orders are coming in from Craft Outlet. I'm just packaging them for either fall, Christmas, or Halloween. And just making sure those all...
Irene, the sign is from Jane's Front Door Decor on Etsy. Jean, the strips are cut to 25 inches.
Thanks, Steve, for catching those. Stretch that out.
And the mesh was from Joann's, but it was from last year.
Mm-hmm.
I did see something similar to that on Craft Outlet, but
You
it
did?
seems thinner. Yeah, it's more like a window pane mesh, but
Oh.
the same. It's the colors. It's got the metallic in it, but it's a lot less thick.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't looked to see if okay, this is starting to almost, so coffee is what I'm feeling. Coffee, espresso. So maybe different ways people take their coffee, right? Coffee bean. This would have been a really super cute wreath.
Yeah.
If you did a coffee theme to it. I'm just moving some of my Cruffles around. Sometimes they lay too far down towards the center, and it's like you don't need all that in the center. I need it more towards the outside so that we build the outside a little bit more. 3, 4, 5. Clip it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And even some of the ribbon, I was like, wow, I haven't used this ribbon in like 2 years. The roll is still brand new. So this just goes to show that sometimes we collect. We need to start using what we've had. So some of the stuff that you're gonna see tonight you won't be able to find, but you should be able to find something similar, like Steve said. So this will be considered a high foil mesh.
Susan, the sign is from Jane's Front Door Decor. Find her on Etsy.
Yeah. Isn't the sign pretty? It goes really good with our colors. And it's actually a black background. At first I was thinking, is it a dark brown? But it is black. But I just like the saying. Super cute. Okay, couple more pieces to go. 1, 2. So yeah, we're getting ready to launch into our busy season now. So this is the last month to really make sure your shop is like tip-top shape, because Labor Day is going to be coming fast, which is the last holiday before we launch into before we launch into our super busy season.
All right, Pam, she says, I think the saying is fantastic.
It does. It's so great.
And Carmen, that's a 12-inch round sign.
Yeah, I was hoping it was a 10-inch, but it's not. It's a 12. So I just double-checked everything before I started. 2 more. And then we'll fluff everything up. Scrunch. Okay. And I just opted for all dark brown since we're going with shades of brown in this design. So a couple pops of like the rust and the gold, break up the dark. 1, 2, 3, and pull. I'm sad that I don't have any more of this. This is like, I can think of so many different designs to use these colors with. Okay, so now what you want to do, because sometimes they all just lay so flat, is you want to kind of give them a little bit of a scrunch, get them up, get those legless bodies up. So now we've got a very fluffy wreath. So this is our base for this particular design. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the tails all the way around the outside. So the ribbon that I have for this, I'm just gonna kind of move my sign to the side. Super really pretty colors. So we have this velvet fleur-de-lis. So this actually came from Gordon's about 3 years ago. It's to show you how long I've had this ribbon sit waiting for a design like this. So it's velvet on this side, but then when you look at the back, it's all like a copper color. So that's gonna play really well. And then this, what do you call it? Brown with the same bands that we're using here. And this was from Hobby Lobby's Christmas a couple years ago. And these are all cut to 14-inch pieces. So I am just putting these in the outside 12, alternating the colors. So you'll see that these colors start to go really, really well. I love the copper in the velvet ribbon.
Your Carmen sizes it's a 12-inch sign. Pamela thinks she said it looks like 11, but also available in 8 inches. The sign.
Yeah, it's like 11.75,
Yeah.
but they call it a 12-inch. Because if you round up, it's going to be 12. Okay. So you'll start to see those colors come through. So I'm going to try to multitask when I can, which means that as you've been doing it for a while, you have like shortcuts, like pulling off the inside, 6. If you know you're going to be pulling those off anyway, I'm just trimming as I go. Things you could do while you're here is you could double up and just focus on one set of, your ribbon tails or your half bows. Follow that up with your embellishment and then just move on. Or you can go all the way around like I'm doing and then go all the way around again and then probably all the way around again 2 more times, depending upon what you want to embellish with. Obviously on this one, we're going to be doing leaves because that's the theme. So, love this copper and chocolate. Because it doesn't matter which way it goes into the design, because you get that color either way. Yeah, it's almost like a double-sided ribbon.
So Kat's putting in a 2.5-inch ribbon now, and those are cut to 14-inch tails.
Yep. Okay. Hard to believe though that you could pick up. Well, I think the thicker of the two, the one with all the different bands of the same colors as our Deco mesh, that was Hobby Lobby in their fall. I think it's still available now. Like I think it's still in the Hobby Lobby seasonal color. So if you like this banded, that's where I got it from. Okay.
Thank you, Brenda. She said sprinkle with love from Alberta, Canada.
Thank you for joining us too, all the way from Canada. Sometimes when you have thinner mesh, not mesh, but the ribbon, it's like the ribbon wires on the outside is thick, but the ribbon itself, with that being that velvet in the copper, it's kind of thin, so you're really struggling to keep your ends looking nice.
Oh, Laura's on watching. She said, nice work, sweet friend.
Hi, Laura. Laura and I have been friends for ages. Okay. Let's get this one done. So we're coming around. We have about 4 more left to do. And then we'll come back in and add some leaves.
Laura said hi.
I miss you too. I'm so bummed Disneyland's back on their mask mandate again, so I'm not happy about that. So that just started, I saw it today. I was like, no, I was holding off till fall to go. So maybe in fall things should change. Faye said, I saw a pair of crawdads at first.
A pile of crawdads at first.
Where's that? Here?
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe the ribbon tails look like claws.
Maybe.
Linda, Kat's had the mesh for a while, at least a year. It's from Joann's. It was last year's Joann's fall collection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to say I almost got it, was it January? Probably January of 2021. Whenever they got rid of all their fall. Maybe even before that. It just seems like it kind of came at the end. When I have this. Okay, 2 more.
And then said, I love this. We should do this in the Wreath of the Month group.
This would be hard because the mesh, not available. The velvet ribbon, not available. But the techniques are all still the same. So we are doing something fun for fall, but we're going with the new fall color, the blue, like the teal blue color.
And that is tomorrow, right?
No, that is Halloween tomorrow for our Wreath of the Month.
Yeah, I know, but the Wreath of the Month is tomorrow.
Yes, it is tomorrow. Yes, it is. Last Saturday of every month.
Wow, Peggy, she said 8 people in my church who were vaccinated got the Delta variant. 2 had to be hospitalized.
This is crazy.
I know. Oh, thanks, Laura. She sent me 100 stars.
Thanks, Laura. Okay, so we've added the 2.5 inch to the outside. So now we're going to come in and we're going to add in our half bows. I'm just making sure the colors are separated. So this fall plaid Joann's 2 years ago. And then we're doing the fleur-de-lis, which is Hobby Lobby Christmas. And I think they still have it. So if they do, it'll be in the K box. Or just look for anything that happens to have the browns. They might mix up their color palettes this year.
You actually remember the letter of the box?
It's on the ribbons right there.
Oh, it's got the K on it?
Yeah. So yeah, not that well. So these are cut to 18-inch pieces. I am folding them in half. I'm going to go up to about 2 inches and then just pinch that ribbon in. This particular ribbon is going to go on our velvet, the fleur-de-lis, keeping that pattern consistent. Everybody's talkative today. Even the cats. So these are called half bows. So they go right in on top. And I'm going to trim down my pipe cleaners a bit because I don't need them quite that long for my embellishments. So we're putting that on top of our velvet. I'm just going to pan that over so you can see what it looks like. And then we're doing the plaid on top of the fall colors, the striped. Same theory. Just put them in, twist your pipe cleaners a couple times just to make sure they don't come undone. I'm trimming them down to about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And then you'll open up your loop and you'll always have to right side one of your ribbon tails. Trying to get that one all unstuck so that they kind of just go all the way around playing off those colors. The chocolates, golds, rusts, and cream color. 1, 2, 4, 5, 2 inches up. Open it, open the loop, right side one end, just like so, and then just keep on going all the way around. So this is like a decadent chocolate cafe. Would it be a cafe mocha? What are you doing? You going up and over?
Just kind of getting a better view for them.
You're so good. He's getting all creative now. I like look up. He's like got my tripod bent way over the top. So you are just one creative guy. Okay, so fold them in half. 2 inches from the top, just pinch it in. Place it inside your pipe cleaner. Twist it about 4 times. Cut it down to 2 inches. Open up your pipe cleaners. Open up the loop. Right side one of your tails. So it's flipped around. And then
Perhaps the funky bow is 18 inches or 20? It's 18 inches. Those tails are cut to 20 inches.
These are cut to 18.
Sorry, I mean 18 inches.
Yeah.
I said 18 at first.
They're half bows.
Half bows, yeah.
A funky bow would be like if you had one loop, one side, you know, nothing matches, in other words. So you might have a tail short on one side and long on the other, a bigger loop than a smaller loop. At least that's what I think of when I think of that. always right side one. Got to make sure our loops look nice and pretty. Spin that around. It's going to be weird because I'm going to run into the one on the other side. I'll be like, wait.
Georgie said, I like that ribbon and mesh. Do I have the code on all of them, may I ask? Georgie, if you are in the private group, then the list will go out that includes all of the part numbers and everything in the private group.
Yeah. Like I said, the downside to some of them is that if it's discontinued, like it's Joanne's mesh from the ribbon, this ribbon is from 2019, but this mesh is from 2020. So it's just going to be dependent upon if Joanne's still is launching that. I doubt it, because they usually change up the name of their product line. Like this was Place and Time was the mesh brand that they did for their fall. So I don't know if they're going to do that again. They generally don't. So that's what I've experienced. So sometimes you may catch it in your local Joann's, maybe in their seasonal or clearance side if they happen to have any left over. Because I know right when they launched their Christmas last year, you could pick up the Christmas from the year before that they were trying to get rid of. But I think this year it's going to be so different with the ports being what they are and supplies being hard to find.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a real challenge. So I don't know if you're going to see a lot of restocking happening. So that's why if you go to Hobby Lobby now, because fall is 40% off at Hobby Lobby now, which is great. You can go there and pick up all your pine cones, your acorns, your fall florals, your fall mesh, and fall ribbon at 40% off.
Kathleen has asked, how do you get on the private list? It's on the private group.
Yeah, if you
I
just
pinned it.
Yeah, if you just go to my website and go to KatsCreationsNMore.com, the very first link you see on that page gives you all the details. The website was actually just redone, hopefully to make things easier to understand. So it outlines everything you get, all the bonuses that are offered, and then it gives you 2 ways to sign up. You can sign up on a monthly reoccurring or a yearly. And the yearly saves you $34 over the monthly rate. So there's that. Okay. And that's one of the perks, is that's why a lot of my group members will just sit and watch, because they get that materials list if they want to print it out and go shopping. Or just kind of keep it in a design book for ideas.
Plus, with all the discounts she has from her vendors, if you order just a few signs, you pretty much save enough to pay for your monthly subscription.
Well, not only that, we're doing 8 tutorials starting in August. So if you're ever thinking, yeah, the 1 a week thing, now we're doing 2 a week. So it's going to be Sundays and Mondays going live with new designs, because we've got to cover so much stuff in, what is it, 3.5 months? 3.5 more months. So I want to make sure you have everything you need to be able to make anything from swags, garlands, mantle pieces, topiary trees, tree topper bows, angel tree toppers, wreaths, floral arrangements, lantern swags, you name it. We should be able to get through one of, I don't know if it'll be every season, but we'll get through at least one of each of them through the rest of the, keep going, 16 weeks? 14 or 16 weeks. So there is all the outside ribbon that's been added. We're gonna make the bow, then we're gonna add our sign and then add the bow and then finish up with the last minute embellishments. So I'm gonna take this and set this to the side. And I'm gonna grab my Bodabra. And here is all our ribbon. So we're gonna do our fleur-de-lis, then the striped. Then we are going to come back in here. I believe this is how I had it situated. Just like this. And then finish it up like this. These are all going to be our colors. So Gordon's, which is in Louisiana. I don't know if they have their website, but if you're in Louisiana, you know what I'm talking about. Gordon's has had 2 locations. I don't know if those are back up. That's where this came from. Hobby Lobby Fall, Kringle Designs, Hobby Lobby Christmas, and then Joann's 2 years ago. So we're gonna start with our fleur-de-lis, and we're gonna dovetail the end, which simply just means fold it in half, put your wired edges together, and then you're gonna cut from the fold all the way down to your wired point. And depending upon how deep you want your V is how high up you start on your fold. And then you have your perfect dovetail. So this one's gonna be 10 inches. And I'm starting with this one on the bottom, just because it doesn't like to lay flat. So I'm putting it on the bottom, so it will lay flat. We're gonna do 5.5 inch loop right there. That's almost 6. Bring it in a bit. Do another 5.5 inch. I love this color. Just make sure everything measures out correctly. And then we'll dovetail this side. Same way, folded edges together, cut from the fold down to the point, just like that. That takes care of that one. And then we do, that's not good. Hate when the balls come off the pins. There we go. Same thing. Dovetail. This one's going to go 9.5 inches. And we're going to pinch that in. Give it a twist. Place it inside the Bodabra. And this one's going to be 5-inch loop. Let's make sure. Right about there. Another 5 inches.
Oh, that's nice, Vicky. I said, yay, I ordered 2 of the signs. Good job.
Oh, you're going to love those signs.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are going to be really popular this year. I just like...
Chance of those ribbons are making the mesh pop. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's all like... Wait till you see this in the sun, though. Between the high foils, all this glitter, it's just going to sparkle. And sadly, that's not something you can pick up on camera either.
Yeah.
You know, it is where it is. Get rid of this pin so it doesn't wind up on the floor. Okay, now we're going to go with the foil. So this one's really pretty. It's like an ombre fall. Same colors, that orange, the gold, and the brown. And it was weird. I had almost just enough to make this design, so it was literally like it was designed just for this piece, because this will be a one-of-a-kind design, which means I won't be remaking this. So once this is sold, that's it. So we are doing 9-inch tails. with 4.5-inch loop. Trying to get my loops to lay flat. Make sure. So I'm always measuring, adjusting. So out to 9 inches. Back to our dovetail. And I don't think, this says 2011 Hobby Lobby, which we know is not true. So that just lets you know how frequent Hobby Lobby changes up their items. Not too often.
You should be able to get the Bodebra at Amazon. I know there's other places like Paper Mart where you can find it. I didn't see it on Craft Outlet.
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby might have it. Michael's or Joann's might have it. You'll have to call.
They should.
Look. Yeah.
I've seen it at Hobby Lobby. It's just a different box. I think it's more pink than what I have now.
Yeah.
So this one's also going to be 4.5 inches. Just like this. Let's make sure.
Make sure you order the large one. It's the
Yes.
Bodebra large bow maker.
Yeah, don't order the small one because then all you'll be making is mini hair bows.
Yep.
So there are 2. Okay. Need to measure this. So this ribbon was 8.5 inches was our tail. And then again, it's a 4.5-inch loop. And then 2 more to go. Okay. Back to our fleur-de-lis. Hard to believe it's Christmas, but it was. Don't know if it's available this year. If it is, you might want to pick it up for fall. This is going to be an 8-inch tail with a 4-inch loop. I think that should be 4. Yep. 4. Right there. And then 8 inches. Right at the fleur-de-lis. Okay. Last one, and this will finish this ribbon, should finish this ribbon out, because most of the Joann's ribbon is only 12 feet, which is barely enough to make a bow. But this will be 7.5-inch tail with a 3.5-inch loop. So real small loop. Just double check. And out to 7.5. And you can see right where that ended. Literally just enough to do the 6 and make the little bow. So that's to show you how thin and how you really want to be checking all of your bow lengths. Because if you were to do a double bow on that, you don't have enough. Okay, so I'm going to use a brown pipe cleaner. This one seems short, but it's 12 inches. And we're just going to pick the whole thing up. Just like this. And give it a good squeeze, and then just twist everything. And then we'll fluff it with get this put on the wreath. Now this is just an 18-inch by 24-inch by 3/4-inch cutting board. You can get this Home Depot or Lowe's. Just go to the pre-cut lumber section and you can find a 24/24 by 1 inch. Go ahead and pick that up. And then all you'll need is an 1.5 to 2-inch C-hook, and you can have your own fluff board, which fits perfectly alongside your fridge. So now to fluff, I'm just going to separate all of my ribbon. So I'm going to grab my loop and my tail. See why this one needs to go on the bottom? It needs the support. And then other side, we're doing tail and the loop, so that your loops and tails are completely opposite of each other. And then all we're doing is pulling them and sorting. So we're just doing a loop and a tail. Go back to the other side. We're grabbing our tail over here and our loop over here, so that it's basically alternating your colors for you, so that you don't have loops of the same color and tails of the same color laying side by side. And then you're just going to keep working that down from the top the same way. Okay, I'm not fluffing, I'm just separating. Back over here.
I mean, what's on the board? It's just like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch C-hook.
Cup hook.
Just a little cup hook that I just screwed into the board. So she just wraps her pipe cleaner around it.
So now is when you fluff, because this is when you can look at your colors, open your loops, make everything look pretty.
Kaylee's on. She said, "Hi, Mom."
Hi, Kaylee. Okay, so we're pulling, separating, moving. Again, just move whatever colors you want wherever you want them. If you want to put that arc back in them, just kind of let it run through your fingers, just like so. And then that way when it's on the wreath, it'll kind of go in the same direction your wreath does. I'll kind of just follow that all the way around. And don't forget to open the bows or the loops on the bottom. Okay. Just like that.
Thanks, Jean. She said that's a fantastic match with the ribbons and the mesh along with the sign.
Yeah, it just was weird. Like it just kind of worked out that way. Like they were all designed for this wreath. So here is our bow. We're all set.
Got it.
So I'm going to just pop this off the hook. Push this away. We're going to get our wreath out. And then let's go ahead and position this where we want it to go.
Pam, our oldest daughter, is the one in Modesto, Caitlin.
So down here.
But yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, she is. It is warm down there.
It's very hot.
So I'm not doing it right in the middle. I'm kind of bringing it down and to the right a little bit so that we have some space over here, because I want my bow to be in this general area so it does not impact the words on the sign. So I'm going to go ahead and get my metal hole punch, and I'm going to go ahead and add 2 holes to attach my sign. So you can get a metal hole punch at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Look in the jewelry section because it's basically made for jewelers who are putting, punching holes in your metal for your earrings.
1.5 to 2 millimeter.
Yep, no more than 2 millimeter. I'm just using floral wire. This is 22 gauge to attach my sign. So I'm going to go straight in, and I want to make sure I have it pretty even to the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and just twist this, just like this. So that way my sign is anchored to the back. It keeps the sign to the back rather than twisting it to the side. So I'm doing everything from the back. There we go. So back to the back. And then we'll go ahead and attach this right to our frame. And then I'll reposition some of the Cruffles. So this is actually occupying the space where one of my interior pipe cleaners was going. So I'll just be readjusting. I'm going to lightly twist this in because I don't hard twist it in until it's in its permanent home. And we're going to go right back in here. I'll occupy the same space inside. Let's go ahead and grab some of these so they don't get all squished. And that one I want in. This one needs to come out. So I'm pulling all the outside Cruffles forward, just like that. So it'll kind of make a little nest for this. Just like that. So now I can go in and tighten this down. Making sure that it's around one of your frames on your, I'm always double checking that to make sure that I've got one on both sides. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add our bow. Then we'll come back, fix all of our Cruffles, fix our tails, and finish embellishing. So you've got to look at your bow and figure out where do you want to have it, what do you want to have show. I'm kind of liking this look. But I need to make sure that I'm hitting it with my loops and not my tails. Got one. Looking for my other pipe cleaner.
Barb said she loves that sign.
I'm just trying to get my bow off of where I need it to be. Let me go ahead and grab one of these. Move it a little bit more to the outside so I don't have it impacting my words on my sign as much. Let's go ahead and refluff.
I love those chocolate and copper colors. They just look so rich.
They do. That's what I said. It reminds me of like, I don't know if it's a like liquid chocolate. I'm gonna pull my sign a little bit more to this side. Gotta work around Cruffles. And if you have some that are in the way, you can pick them up, you can tuck them under if they're like causing your sign to pop up or your bow to go bigger than it needs to be. Okay, let us, trying to pull my loops down a bit. Just looking at the angle of the sign, because you're like, you don't want the words impacted, but you want to frame everything too. Okay, let me.
Yeah, so it's really, really pretty.
Thank you. Okay, so let me fluff these because I smashed them off. Putting my sign on, fiddling with my bow. And then I'll hold this up so you guys can see it. Okay. And I'm gonna kind of pull back. I'm gonna take this one ruffle right here and tuck it in. So this will lay where I need it to go. So the tails wind up where the tails should go. Okay. Separate. Okay. Tell me what it looks like from your point of view.
Yeah, perfect. It doesn't really cover the J. It looks good.
Yeah, the J is like a challenge because it's got that long script. So you can either go higher, but then you start to impact your F and fall. Okay, so now let's embellish. So Hobby Lobby right now in their seasonal section has scatters and fillers in lime green, brown, and gold. I'm not doing the green, I'm gonna do the brown and the gold. Those are actually gonna go on the ends of my pipe cleaners. So this is where I was saying I could have gone through and added them as I was going around. So they come in 2 different sizes in the bag. They so big and small. So you can just alternate, you know, which one you want to go where. And these just slide right on the ends of your pipe cleaner. So again, we're bringing more sparkle back down to the outside. And these I will come back in and glue. Okay. So this is what we're doing. We're adding those colors. Different sizes. You have the option if you wanted to use the green. Because I don't have any green in this particular design is why I opted not to put them in. But it's great for Halloween, the green. Just like so. It's hard going underneath. You could have done this before you added your bow. It just gives you lots of practice fluffing. Couple more. Brown one. Okay, so those are all redone all the way around the outside. So those are finished. And then now we're gonna add some maple leaves in just different colors. Like we have this, it's kind of like a burgundy color, I guess. We're gonna kind of tuck some of these in a little bit like random around the design. So I'm just kind of looking at like in between a cruffle, kind of bordering around the outside of my sign. So I'll flip this way so you can see the burgundy. And I just trim them off. So we're staying with the same colors. You can add a little bit lighter. I don't know if I'd go really crazy and try to find, like you could go with the orange. I think it would look okay. I just think it has to have leaves, if that's the theme. Let's see how this looks like. That's actually kind of pretty. Let's just trim down all the excess plastic. So I'm just kind of inserting these between the half bows, between the different sections. So let me flip this so you can see. Let me look. So I'm placing them before I decide if I want to go with that color first. So different oranges, more trending towards the darker fall colors. Let's get this one. Can you see those right there, Steve?
Yep.
Okay.
Bro, we're not freezing on our end, so maybe log out quick and log back in. I've had to do it once.
You have?
Yeah, plus I wasn't seeing every comment.
Oh. Just different leaf colors. I think it enhances the theme.
So just on the cat, you can really make an awesome wreath or awesome wreaths.
Aw, thanks.
Flowers are beautiful.
We try, right? That's all we can do is attempt. Tuck a couple more in as I'm going around, just so that you have little surprises here and there.
Irene said, gorgeous rich colors. I made a Christmas wreath a few years back using many of the same colors and same ribbon, and the sign reference to hot chocolate Christmas. I liked it so much I kept it.
That's so true.
Yeah. There's been a few that she's made that I'm all, okay, we're gonna keep that one.
Yeah.
But we still ended up selling it.
Yes, still ended up selling it. Because I was like, well, we can just make it again. I mean, I know how to make it. This one would be tough because I don't have the mesh. So the mesh is limited, right?
Yep. But she will go back and finish gluing all the little pieces on.
The scatters and fillers?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm just going to add a couple leaves to my bow. More, again, trending more of the darker burgundies. So we just see little peaks, teasers, I guess.
Well, it matches with the sign, so that can never go wrong.
That's why we're doing the leaves. So I'm just tucking them in, making sure we remove all of our threads.
Let's see if I can show them.
Yeah, I will.
I'm the same way.
Oh, you are?
Okay.
I'm looking. I'm trying to decide what color I'm going to put inside my bow. The brown just hides, the orange pops. So we'll add a glitter ball right to the center.
Sheila, the scatters and fillers, she mainly gets from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, like all of them. Like right now, if you go into the seasonal section at Hobby Lobby, you can actually find the orange, the brown, and the green. Those should be available at your local Hobby Lobby now.
Yep.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
Because you guys don't want to see me glue styrofoam bowls on. So I'm going to pull this one down. Set this one here. Make sure all my glue threads are gone. Still felt them. Okay. So that's what this masterpiece turned out to be. So if you like this design, there's only one available. It's only going to be on my website. So that's going to be at the KatsCreationsNMore.com.
Putting it on the door really doesn't even do it justice with how vivid it is.
The sparkles?
Yeah.
Yeah. It needs to be in the light. And even then, a picture's only going to capture that static moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to truly get all of it. Just doesn't want to stay where I want it to stay.
Oh, thanks, Audrey. She said, another fabulous Friday Night Live. As always, I have to say this is gorgeous.
Thank
And I
you.
absolutely love the colors. I don't see this one in your shop at long at all.
Well, thank you.
And she does have this, like she says, up in her shop. It's available for sale. You just see the sign, but it's there.
Yeah. And until I can go outside and snap a couple pictures and then get it up and then voila, it's there. Okay, any questions you guys have about anything? I think I covered where all the ribbons came from, where all the mesh came from. Sign again, Jane's Front Door Decor on Etsy. It's the easiest way to find her. And that's about it. I will see you guys on Sunday at 6, where we're gonna do a fun fall, non-traditional grapevine for the fall season. So it's gonna be one of two, because they would make a great double door set. But either way, they'll stand on their own. So join me at 6 on Sunday, Pacific, 8 Central, and then 9 Eastern time. What?
So just when I think you can't make a prettier wreath, you make another one even prettier.
Oh, but that's because the sign designers and the ribbon makers give us such great quality materials to work with that you know, you're like, I want to do this one and this one and this one. So yeah, they're the ones that make the vision happen. So all right, everyone, will have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.